Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Ladies, understand something. The top end of a woman's weight is 145 pounds. Okay. My mother's 5'9", and she was 145 pounds until she was 50. That's the top end of your weight, because there should be about a 40-pound difference between you and men.
Basically, if the guy is rich, what ends up happening is the lawyer contacts the person and be like, hey, you know, your name gonna be all in the paper, so you might as well just settle out of court.
I can recognize talent. Even if I don't agree with the politics, a lot of the politics that was underlying in the show and some of the sentiments he was trying to share, I recognize artistry when an artist is present.
Yes, this is the definition of absolutely cooked. We'll never go back and take a look at her bad decision and take accountability for any of that.
Because there is powerful people in the industry, somehow there is a different law that applies to them. And I agree with that assessment.
What's up, good people? Peace and blessings to the chat, wherever you're watching from. Big shout out. I'm gonna spend some time today. I hope all is well, but each and every single one of you. Let me get some stuff together here real quick before we get into this evening's discussions. Shout outs to my writers, my poets, content creators. You know who you are. Like, share, repost. Let the people know that we are on, that we are live. I give the people a chance to pull in. Yeah, we gotta talk. We definitely gotta talk. I got a video that I'm gonna play. I did a reaction to this, but I'm gonna go a little deeper. I think it's only right. And on top of that, there's some other things that I want to cover while I'm here. So grab you something, get comfortable and whatnot. Friday is right around the corner. I hope you're staying cool as much as possible. I know it's hot as hell outside. I stepped out and it's cooking. It's absolutely baking out there, man. I am not a summer person whatsoever. I prefer the wintertime. This ain't it. If you didn't see the stream that we did yesterday, actually we did too. Shout out to Sydney. We did one on a young lady who was found face first in the yard of a white couple. Weird. I really believe that there was foul play there. I'm hoping and praying that Tamla gets justice. Then me and Desperado did a stream an hour before that, going on the Jim Jones Shannon Sharp, whole Nas situation. I don't know who believes for a second that Jim Jones is better than Nas. You must be sleeping under a fucking rock. Nobody is going for it. Let's get that out the way. Please, with these narratives and this baiting debates to get people to look at your content because of the fact that no one is really paying you much attention anymore. If that's the case, good show. It was, I'm gonna say, tap in if you didn't get to see it. Definitely. So I did 2 yesterday. Tonight I'm just gonna slow cook. There's a reason why. And look, I know this has been said before, but I'm gonna reiterate it and I'm gonna kind of break it down a little bit. This is gonna be a two-parter. First of all, you are who you associate with. I'm gonna start there. You know, it took me 20 plus years and still growing by the grace of God to understand that everybody that you surround yourself is not for you. That goes for family, friends, peers, co-workers, lovers. There's a limit to, yeah. Excuse me for the interruption. You know, things happen like that on the fly. You got to work with what you got. Let's do this. You can love somebody and care about them. They could be a best friend. You can think that they're a best friend. You can think that they are blood family and that you're supposed to be connected and tied to them for the rest of your life. That you're supposed to just ride and die for them. Give up your income, give up your soul, your life, your personality, your persona, your energy, your peace. You can go to war with them, get it out the mud, bloodshed, all that. And it still, at the end of the day, won't matter whatsoever. Your walk is not the same as everyone else's. It's going to come a point in your life if you haven't already crossed that bridge where you're going to have to make a decision. Some people are for you. Some people will compliment you on your journey, and others are designed and specifically there for a season to teach you about yourself, to force you to face who you are, what you are, to bring you back from the edge that might have destroyed you and utterly sent you into a spiral of chaos and no return whatsoever. Atonement does not exist where you were headed at, dealing with the uncle or dealing with the aunt or dealing with the nephews or the child or your BFF, because they're living a specific way that is drawing towards them death and anger and hurt and folly and humiliation, and it's going to cost them money, it's going to cost them their life, it's going to cost them their freedom, because they're ignorant, because they're blind, because they're so hell bent on living life the way that they want to live it. They reject everything that God has. They reject everything that is designed in them. They want to go off on their own way and do what they want to do. And, that's all fine and dandy because we're all adults. And when you hit a specific age, you, by your own rights, have the privilege to go to and fro how you want. Pursue the dreams that you want. Pursue the life that you want. There are no restrictions or restraints. No one's telling you to be a good person or a bad person. You have the options to do and be whatever you want in this life. Up until you understand the conditions. You can be a plumber. You can be someone who works on skyscrapers. You can be an architect. You can be a doctor. Every action has a reaction. If you look at where we are in 2025, men and women have succumbed to a number of false ideals that have ultimately led us to fighting against each other, killing each other, being overly combative. We don't have empathy. We don't care about homeless people. We don't care about sick and shut in. We don't have any regards for church. We don't have any regards for civility whatsoever. Everyone has almost but certainly abandoned all rhyme and reason. And it's really because of who you associate with, who you connect to, who's pulling on your heartstrings, who has intellectually connected to you in a way that would take you off of your own course, your own direction. You're being controlled and manipulated and don't even realize that you're being controlled and manipulated. We are all in a matrix where Donald Trump is reckless out of his mouth. Our government is reckless out of their mouth. Iran has fired shots at us, and then we have a ceasefire in place. We have possibilities of war around the corner. The conversations for it are endless. They stem back way back to when I was in elementary school when 9/11 hit. The talks of prophecy, the talks of the second coming, the talks of HIV just ransacking our countries, our neighborhoods, our cities. Who you associate with is absolutely a definition of who you are. I put it to you like this. You can try to separate yourself and say, oh, I don't have nothing to do with this person. Just because they act like that, that don't mean I'm going to act like that. But when I see you with someone like that, I'm going to assume that there's something about you that is similar to them. Now, you might not be a thief, but you might be a liar. You might not be a liar, but you might commit adultery. What attracts you to a person with negative attributes and traits? If you're nothing like them, why do you stick around them? What is it that keeps you dealing with drug dealers and dealing with guys who sleep with multiple women? How do you complain about the people that you're attracted to? How do you complain about your family and this, that, and the third, and don't have the strength or the will or the understanding to know that there's a certain time limit on how far you can go with specific people until you have to go and venture off and find out what God wants for you. I love God. I'm not the greatest Christian, but I know one thing is for certain. When you don't have your own identity and you don't have purpose and you don't have a direction specifically crafted in divine order by the hands that gave you life, and you're doing things out of your own self-conceit, you will never win. You will absolutely never win. You will always be on social media arguing. You'll forever be trolling in your spank bank, indecisive about your position on Republicans and Democrats. You'll always be in this weird space trying to decide if these are the type of women and men that you desire. You're always going to be confused about what your job is, how you're supposed to outreach, how you're supposed to fellowship. You're going to be dark and depressed, and like there's a lot that comes with it. And I say this specifically because a lot of y'all don't understand. Ladies that hang out with women who are for the streets, that does affect you. Men who glamorize violence and guns and lyrics that promote nothing but death and chaos and indignation, you can say it's harmless and it doesn't affect you. You have a stronger will than the music itself, but it's a mood changer. It alters your personality. It puts you in a different state of being. All of it. Turn on any song right now. It's going to change your mood. Always does. Hang around someone who likes to be overly sexual. What do you think is going to happen? You are who you hang around. You absolutely are. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be directly a spitting image of them, but it could mean that very well too. You just won't own up to it and admit it. The reason why you are so content on keeping these people around you is because there's a part of your lifestyle that's still connected to the one that they're a part of, and you don't want to let go of it. So you're hiding behind this mirage of self-righteousness, and you want to put yourself over them, knowing damn well that you are just as bad as they are. You just know how to hide it better. You could be a 304 just like them, but you're just more quiet. You're more elusive. You're more articulate with the way that you approach your whoredom. If you're hanging around someone who's a liar and someone who steals, and you hang around cheaters and people who swing and all that, you don't think that shit rub off on you? It rub off on everybody. It's a spirit. It's a specific spirit in everybody, and the spirit is different. You have demonic spirits that lie. You have demonic spirits that manipulate. You have demonic spirits that cause fear. You have Jezebel spirits. You have a whole slur of them in all different versions. So most of us have these things around us, and if you're around it, eventually it's going to rub off on you. That's why you find people who laugh like a someone, or they pick up their attitudes, or they pick up their sexual lust, and it's a combination of different things that come with it. There's no denying it. I've seen it. I've witnessed it my whole life, trying to figure out who I'm supposed to be around, who I'm supposed to help uplift. And the thing is, God didn't put us here to pick and choose who we help. The spiritually sick that's everywhere. That's everybody. Not everyone, but the majority of the world spiritually sick or going through something. It's our job to have a relationship with the Creator that allows Him to use us so that people who are walking in the dark can find their way to the light as well. Emily Jordan, I appreciate you for being here in the building with me. Salutes. I am well. You are what you're around. And if you're not that person, then why are you still around? And what's keeping you there? What's the real reason that you decide that you want to continue to have any type of interaction with that person, knowing damn well that they are constantly getting arrested, they're constantly embarrassing you, they're constantly getting in trouble, constantly getting in fights, they can't maintain a relationship, their business savvy is trash, they don't honor their word, they don't support you, they're not doing the things that they're supposed to be doing to get the blessings that they want, so they become envious of you and they sabotage. Like there's a number of things that these people have about them that is dirty. It's not really feasible to your lifestyle, but you still deal with it. Emily Jordan, if you want to link with me, hit me up on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook. We'll talk. But you are what you associate yourself with, which explains why there are people who like scammers. Everything is at the bottom. Everything down here that's floating across the screen. Those are all my links at the bottom. Alcoholism. If you are around someone who drinks heavily, you eventually will start to drink. You might not drink as heavy as them, but it can influence you to do it. All the stuff that gets you arrested, gets you sick. If any of this stuff puts you in a space where you're lying to people, your attitude is disconnecting you from your people, it's causing discomfort in your household, it's making your work experience unpleasant, it's creating a distance between you and the Creator. If it's something that is emotionally disturbing your ability to understand right and wrong, what love looks like, what lust look like, so on and so forth, then the odds are you're not supposed to be around those type of people. Those are signs that you need to get away from it, or you need to start intaking something a little more healthier. You're surrounding yourself too much with problematic people, and that's not your fault, but it kind of is. See, I'm at a point right now in 2025 where I just refuse to have anybody around me that is deceitful or controlling or manipulative. They don't have no type of relationship with God. They don't have no fulfillment. They don't have any type of, I can't even think of the word, like accountability just eludes them completely. They don't know what that shit look like. They don't know how to say I'm sorry. They don't know how to change their behavior patterns. They just want to stay in the loop as long as they can, blinded. You'll listen to everything and everybody else except for the people who care about you the most and is trying to really tell you, look, I'm trying to give you some real game. This ain't it. So honestly, what are you doing? Here's some real harsh truth. And I gotta say it because a lot of people aren't going to say it. Everybody ain't supposed to be for you. You have to walk away from some family. You got to walk away from some friends. I'll check it after the stream. You'll have to cut off some people that you fell in love with. You're going to have to walk away from that crush. You're going to have to walk away from people that you highly had favor for. Why? For the same reason why we are here in the first place, which actually is the perfect example to me why you really need to be cutting specific people off. I got you covered. I got you covered, Jordan. I see it right here. I'll check it afterwards. I got you. There's a number of conversations that's going on about B Simone. B Simone isn't a friend. She's a horrible person. She disrespected Martin Luther King. She's plagiarized. She's talked down on 9 to 5 average men. She don't deal with broke dudes or dudes who make a regular living. And there's a real dispute about whether or not she's really a friend or if she had every right to move the way that she did with this specific person. You outgrow people. You always outgrow people to a certain degree, depending on who they are. You can be neck and neck with these people for 10, 15 years, and then something demands both of y'all's attention. And if it ain't on the same accord, one might pull off ahead of you. And you end up leaving the other person behind. It always works that way. Why? Because you got to make a decision. You have to make a conscious decision. Is what they're doing important? Is it bringing you closer to the creator? Are you putting anything of value in heaven? Are you investing spiritually into your life after this plane of existence? Or is all of your efforts and all of your work and material and content solely being built on this spiritual plane, this physical plane? Not really something that people think about. And I suppose I understand it. Most people want to live forever. You don't even want to think about death. Nobody wants to think about death. You want to be free. You want to be jubilant as long as possible. You want to travel the world. You want to interact and mingle with people. You want to enjoy your family. If you have family, you want to enjoy life as long as you can enjoy life. But here's the thing, it's just temporary. This world is temporary, and everything that we do in this has a effect on us afterwards. I have to remind myself of that all the time. The very things that I watch, the very things that I read, the very things that I listen to, the very people that I entertain, the very energy that I give out, the very energy that I receive, all of it is transitioning from one area to another here and beyond the shit that we can see. How many times have you forgiven someone who did you wrong, or lied to you, or cheated on you, or got you in some mess that you ain't have nothing to do with? Matter of fact, let's keep it up a whole buck. How many times have you been the reason why somebody fell out with someone or lost out? How many times have you been guilty of destroying someone's life? How many times have you been the villain, the bad guy, the bad woman, the puppet master? How many times have you been the reason why family aren't talking anymore? Are you the person that they should be walking away from? Are you the man? Are you the woman that they should be walking away from? Are you really a angel like you say you are? Are you really living the way that you claim or you would want people that you care about to live? Not really a popular thinking piece, is it? Are you pouring into your body, into your spiritual man, the way that you should? Or are you pouring into your siblings and your family and friends the way that you should be? Is it positive? Is it life of abundance, or is it a culmination of mirth, filth, darkness, confusion, wickedness, suppression, oppression? Are the words that you speak of affirmation? These are real things that should be considered on a regular basis. And I know we don't do that, which is another reason why I say there's different components to it. One of them is because of the people that you keep around you. Why do you want to stay around them? And why do you want to remain that type of person if you're on any side of the spectrum? A person who is indecisive is dangerous. A person who is rambunctious is dangerous. A person who is combative, prideful, has ego is dangerous. A person who is bossy and moody and they don't know how to regulate their feelings and emotions and they don't know how to communicate, reckless. A person who doesn't know what love looks like, reckless. A person who's always getting into something and they call it fun, reckless, dangerous, absolutely dangerous. See, you got to protect yourself. You got to protect your peace. You got to protect your physical being. You got to protect your mental health. People are crashing out every day, lying on you. They're trying to plot on you. They secretly jealous of you. You've known them for 10, 15 plus years. They setting you up to get killed. They setting you up so they can sleep with your girlfriend, your husband, your wife, all types of shit. You be the whole time you thinking folks are really your friends and your family and blood because Y'all have the same DNA strand and all, and you went to high school together and you played in the sandbox. That shit don't mean nothing. This is a secular world. This is a world of lawlessness where everybody is here trying to figure it out without figuring it out. You're lazy. You don't want to figure it out. The answers have been in our face the whole time. If you really wanted the truth, guaranteed you wouldn't hang out with the people that you do. And you would cut off the people that you need to cut off. And you know exactly who they are. They're the ones that you just refuse to let go of because you think that you can change them. You think it's your responsibility. Some stuff you got to let go and let God do it. The more you interfere and you take the charge and you get in the middle of this stuff and you try to give them advice, the more and more you baby them and you coddle them and you ain't doing nothing but delaying your blessings, and all you're doing is giving off all of your energy to someone who does not need it. They don't deserve it. They shouldn't have any portions of it. You gave them enough of you as it is. It's time for them to do this shit on their own. And it's time for you to branch off and focus on what you need to be focusing on for yourself. Sorry. Is it a sister? Is it a cousin? Is it one of your secret admirers? Is it one of your followers? Is it one of your loyal supporters? Is it one of your idols that you worship on social media? This ain't the type of conversation that you're gonna get everywhere. These men and women that y'all be kissing up to and sucking up to, they don't know your name. They don't know nothing about you. They don't follow you. They don't conversate with you. They are horrible examples. If you're looking for advice on successful businesses, building brands, building relationships, freeing yourself from the shackles of imprisonment, dragging you to hell, they're not the ones to go to for that. There's a difference between entertainment and distraction. And if, like, we're being completely honest, a lot of these people are distractions. But it's cool because we get to laugh and we get to talk shit and, you know, joke around with these people. We get to admire them from a distance. They look good. They're attractive. They got a whole fan base of thousands and thousands of people who worship them. No one corrects them when they're wrong. I get it. Until you really understand that there's a fucking veil over your eyes. You distracted by big butts and titties and flashy shit, but you're not understanding that this shit is a distraction from the bombs that's getting dropped on us from this side and from this side. That's why when I upload videos, I talk about the pedos, I talk about the baby mamas, I talk about the chat GPT shit. I cover different stuff because the whole time we got individuals in our life that do nothing but distract us from what we should be doing. That's why we don't really get as far as we could. It is what it is. Now, this is what I'm gonna do. I want to play this clip. I already did a reaction to it, but this clip got a lot of folks confused for some reason. So I'm gonna try to play devil's advocate on both sides because I heard many perceptions to it. Shout out to Anton Daniels and 2K. 2K was the one who actually said this, and I want to address it. But I'm gonna play the video first, and then I'm gonna address it again. B Simone has been under a lot of fire from people, and honestly, I don't feel bad for her the way that other people feel bad for her. But I digress. Let me bring this up. It's a short little clip. It's like 123 or something like that, maybe less. And you see the title, Is She a Bad Friend? So we're going to talk about that. Like I said, I'm here. We're going to spend some time. Let me go ahead and jump into this clip, though.
For the wrong people. The money I done gave people money. I done bought houses. I done paid for divorces.
Now think about how I feel as your friend.
And then let me tell you, I'm gonna get there. And I've done all that. And then the right people come around that have the purest heart that love you so much, and you're stifling, and you're looking, and you're paranoid, and you looking people up and down, and you're it's anxiety. That's not coming from a healed place. It's coming from, like you said, bitterness.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's like a guard is up.
And sometimes from the public perception, it's like being a best friend with a celebrity. Everybody thinks that, oh, because you're connected to this person, then your life is just as grand as theirs, or you got
it, or they helping you.
Baby, when I tell you, didn't have a job, living with my parents, a single mom, all this happened to me this past year.
Jesus.
And then it's like to not have resentment in my heart towards you because I saw you do this for other people. I saw you give a check to somebody to help them through whatever they went through. And it's like, God, like I love him. That's my soul. And I can't nobody didn't give me a handout, but guess what? That wasn't your responsibility. God had to take me through that for my own season, for my own thing. I had to get my car repossessed.
Jesus.
I had to go through the food stamps line. I had to be on Medicaid. Because whatever I'm building my story too. But it's like, as a friend somebody who has it, it's hard to digest because everybody around you, nobody would, they're probably shocked that I'm even saying this right now. All this year.
In less than 12 months.
What?
Yeah, let's chop it up real quick. Can we be honest here? 2K from Anton Daniels, they were having a conversation about this, and I'm not going to quote him specifically, but he said to a certain degree that she's not responsible for her friend's condition. I'm not your friend to be a bank. I'm not your friend just to give you money. He ultimately was saying B Simone isn't wrong for leaving her. He doesn't even think B Simone left her hanging high and dry. See, I be thinking that this nigga be trolling sometimes because the shit he be saying, I don't know. He made me think though, right? Because a lot of us don't get that support and help. Some of us really had to get this shit the way that we got it, which was through hard work, sweat, tears, Nobody was supporting, nobody was watching us, nobody was coddling us and sending us money and coming to our events and coming to our programs and shows and doing this and doing that. We had to do all of the promo, we had to do all of the recordings, we had to do all of the cropping and pasting and copying and talking and communicating, and we had to do all of the dirty work. So on one side of it, I understand what he's talking about. What I got from what he was trying to say is you got to be self-sufficient. You're going to have to learn how to do this on your own. In fact, to go even further into my interpretation of his rants, because I don't think, and I had to really sit on this shit for a minute because I was like, man, this nigga is tripping. But I had to really think about that. Like, you come into this world by yourself, you leave by yourself. Your family is the main source, the main key where you're supposed to get every advantage there is possible to deal with the world once you hit a certain age. Your mother, father, uncles, all of them are supposed to be the tribe. They are the ones that put out the blueprint for you. They the ones who tell you how the world works. They the one that tells you that this shit is ugly. They the one that tells you that it's rough out here. They the one that tell you I ain't coddling you. They the ones that's going to tell you I'm not about to sit up here and babyfy you. I'm going to love you, but I'm going to do it with tough love. I'm going to teach you what accountability looks like. I'm going to teach you how to do your homework, how to be disciplined, how to be on time, how to be punctual, how to keep your word. Your family is your main source for life. They supposed to teach you everything that they possibly fucking can about life because ultimately they ain't going to be there anymore. They're supposed to teach you about sex. They're supposed to teach you about fake friends. They're supposed to teach you about God. They're supposed to teach you about the word. They're supposed to teach you about the government. They're supposed to teach you about bills, how, prison, all that shit. They're supposed to be on your helmet the entire way. So what I'm gathering from what he was saying is, look, you you're gonna have to figure this out on your own. Don't come to me because you see that I obtained something and assume automatically that what mine is yours when I didn't have the issues of, or I didn't have the support system behind me. I had to do this shit just like the next person. Nobody should ever nobody should ever expect anything from another person. If a person is going to love you, they're going to love you because they fucking want to. If they're going to be supportive, they're going to be supportive because they want to. If they want to donate to you, they're going to donate to you because they want to. If they're going to have conversations with you that have substance and meaning, they're going to do it because they want to. You can't force anybody to do something that they don't want to. And I think that's what he was really getting to. I'm your friend. I'm not a bank. I fuck with you. I love you. I care about you. But there's certain things that you should just automatically know as a man or a woman. But here's the caveat, and I have to play both sides, because while I understand where he was coming from with it, there's just no way in the world that if we really locked in, we tight like that, I'm gonna see you stuck. If 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 I can help it, I'm not gonna leave you hanging like that. I could never do that. I could never do that to another human being, especially someone that I done went through hell with. Are you crazy? I believe in reciprocity. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. You get what you give. But then in the same breath, I believe in giving freely. Don't do shit for me if you ain't doing it because you want to do it. Because if I do anything for you, I'm not expecting nothing back. I expect you to be who you are. Now, if this is a situation where you just don't ever want to do shit for me, and it's like I'm just handing out everything to you, then we have a problem, because you're not really my friend at all. If I'm judging or I'm giving my opinion about B Simone's character and her friend, because her friend was she was like, look, I was taken through a separate journey than you. I had to understand that it's not your responsibility to get me out of my situation. So I had to find myself humbled with that. And like in all reality, people don't owe you shit. B Simone don't owe you nothing. Nobody here owes me anything. Nobody in this world owes you anything. If they want to do it, they're gonna do it. What I think was fucked up. How the fuck you being who you are, you helping people get divorced, you buying niggas houses and cars and shit. How did you do that for people that you realize don't fuck with you, but you couldn't do it for the one person that you should have done it for in the first place? That right there don't make no sense to me. That's where I look at her character sideways. Because I'm looking at her like this. Those people that you spent all this money on, these people that you went on trips with and you opened doors for and you introduced them to other avenues of income, them same people, the reason why you went out of your way for them is because of a character flaw that you have. There's something about you that's attracted to a shallow version of this life that compels you to stay entangled with that section of people. You're blind. And that's exactly why you got what you got in the first place. You are who you associate yourself with. Interesting when you think about it. You want a 6'5", 270-pound NBA player, not because you feel protected, but it's because of what the world said you're supposed to be attracted to. A part of it is biology, protection, provision. That's a part of biology. But the fact that you identify love and everlasting success and passion, you associate that with things that the world plasters on social media to be the key thing that keeps. I already know you're on the losing end of the spectrum. B Simone, I understand you. I don't deny that you know Jesus or you know God. I don't deny that. But you're still a part of this. You're still a part of this right here. That's what you're attached to. And as long as you're attached to that, you're going to continue to have a hard way to go. You kind of see a gap. I see a shift coming between her and her friend. See, you pretty much told your friend, I ain't got nothing for you. And I don't have nothing for you because you can't really do nothing for me. That's what this really comes down to. B Simone didn't want to fuck with her friend the way that she could have because she knew that her friend wasn't really in a position to give her anything of any real benefit. If she could have benefited from her friend, she absolutely would have helped her out. But she knew she couldn't. So she took her time, her resources, and invested in people who are also living secular and living superficial. And she thought that that would be the easier, more comfortable way to unlock other doors of income and fame and fun, not realizing that when you're living secular and worldly, the things that you reap out of that is not pleasant. It's all temporary. That woman that expressed herself to her on that platform, she was coming from a entirely different place. You can tell when a person is living worldly and the other person is actually humble. The ones that are humble always get fucked over. Ones that are humble always end up on the side of setbacks in having that. I can't believe this is happening to me. Why is this happening to me again? You are who you surround yourself with. You absolutely are. Now, I'm going to say this about the friend. Young lady, you chose to deal with somebody that wasn't for you. So I don't feel bad for you in that regard. You opened your legs to that person. And the things that you did with your finances and so forth is also a contributing factor to why you had to go through what you had to go through. Your story and B Simone's story, they're not the same. Unfortunately, the friendship that you think you have with B Simone is not the friendship that the world sees. It hit different when the outside world is speculating on it. But when you're the one that's looking at it, I guess it's easier to defend it and make excuses for it. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I highly advise you forgive and let go. Your chapter with her, no, you're better off cutting your losses. Because I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. She's 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 already shown that she's envious at the fact that you came out of the bullshit. You were fucked up, living at your folks' house, all that. You were really down on your shit, and she was nowhere near to be found. You got back and started fighting and fighting and fighting, and you finally got answers, and now you're starting to take your life to a different direction, and she's telling you she feels some type of way about it, talking about I want to always find ways to make money with the people that I care about. Bitch, what the fuck you talking about? I don't even, man, look, I'm sorry, but
Fuck you. Oh, fuck you, fuck you. Fuck you, fuck you.
I'm sorry. You ain't her friend though. You're not. I hate to say it, she's not your friend. She wasn't there for you when you were down. She's telling you she feels some type of way about how far you've come since. She didn't show no type of joy. Like, damn, I can't get a congratulations. I'm happy for you. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? You was just waiting. You wanted to take credit for her getting to where she is, but she did it without you. And you can't benefit from that. And you expose yourself more and more when you open your mouth. That's some wild shit. Real low dirtball shit. And that's why I keep saying you are what you are around, man. Young lady, get the fuck away from her. Get away from her. Don't spend back no more. Just go ahead and make your money shine, man. Shine. I'm telling you. The best way that you can praise God and let Him use you is to go ahead and step away from B Simone. B Simone is self-destructing. She sat up here and played in all of y'all face talking about H&M. I don't see nothing wrong with H&M. I don't see nothing wrong with the dollar store, Dollar Tree, Dollar General. What? What are you talking about?
How dare you?
So us peons, us regular average Joes, 9 to 5ers, we're simpletons, I guess. I guess it's a problem for us wanting to save money and balance out our week because we can't afford to blow $1,500 on a jet to Istanbul to New York and all. We can't do that. You sitting up here complaining that you can't go to Bloomingdale's, so you got to go. What? Are you high? You drunk? Do you need some help? Are you lost? Where are your friends at now? The ones you gave all your money to. The houses. You helped them get divorced. Right. Okay. I don't see none of them around. You are what you are what you hang around. And B Simone, you got a long way to go. You got a lot of growing up to do, man. A lot of growing up to do. You shitted on black men. You basically said we ain't good enough for you because we aren't CEOs and we don't make $1 million a year. So you can't deal with us. Not really understanding that maybe you just aren't very pleasant to be around. I don't give a shit about how average looking you are. You can have a nice golden brown complexion. You can have a decent little body on you, but your attitude is absolute shit. It's gotten to the point now. You see her on Wild and Out, or you see any of these people on camera doing these clips and TikTok reel. That don't mean nothing. Everything I need to see about you has been consistently exposed for the world to see. You really did your own homegirl like that. You did your home. You did that to your homegirl over like you don't even know them people, and you did more for them that you. I've been there. Oh yeah, I've been there. Never again. People you really be fucking with. You be there for them on time every day. You show up when they ain't asking you to show up. You just doing shit because you want to do it for them because that's the type of man or woman you are for them. And they always seem to put you on the back burner for everybody else. They show up for them. They remember their birthdays, all that. But when it comes to you, they forget everything. Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't. I lost track of time. Oops, I'm sorry. I had a phone call. Oops, sorry. I couldn't pick up at the time. Oops, sorry. That's too far to go. Oops, sorry. Maybe next time. You always get hit with that. But you got all the love and energy for everybody else. Yeah. You can go ahead and get the hell out of my face immediately.
Cut it out.
I'm cool. I ain't losing sleep. I'm not getting headaches. I'm not heartbroken. I ain't sad. I ain't disappointed. I ain't ashamed. I ain't angry. I ain't bitter. I ain't. Nope. I'm cool. I understand exactly what's happening. I do. You're still a part of the world. That's the only thing that I can conclude. B Simone is still a part of the world. That's why she can't comprehend being someone who fucked people over. She doesn't understand how that shit really affects people. The lady did what she did. She put herself in the hole that she put herself in. Take your L, eat that, like I believe she did. But in the process of eating your own shit, you felt a type of way about B Simone not stepping in because that's supposed to be your friend, and she looked at you like you on your own. What are y'all still doing? I never watched this entire conversation between them, but I tell you what, I didn't hear an apology. I didn't hear not a single "I'm sorry." I didn't really hear or get any indication that she was remorseful for how that played out. And I think that if this was a genuine, I'm gonna have to check it out. I'm gonna have to because I need to know. I need to know if they really squashed it. In my opinion, this is not salvageable. Women and men like B Simone, you need to go ahead and leave them alone. Period. The type of character that you have, it can't survive with somebody like that. It's like growing a garden. You got a beautiful ass yard. You done pillaged the whole thing. You got your dirt and soil straight. You done planted your seeds. You got corn. You got cauliflower. But you got weeds growing in your shit. You know what happens with weeds. You know exactly what happens with those. They choke the life out of everything in its surroundings. Tell me I'm lying. No. That's why you need to go ahead and make a decision and a choice. You can love people from a distance. You can still keep them in prayer. You can sometimes you just gotta say, I gotta take this loss. Let them live the way they want to. Can't force them to be or match you. You can't force them to do what you do or be how you are. They are who they are, and they gotta figure out that how they moving is not it. If they ever do, now she's sitting here complaining about going broke. Don't nobody care. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. I sure as hell don't care. B Simone, you're not a terrible person. You're just not a good friend. I don't think you really know what it means to be a friend at all. I think you have portions of it. You show promises. There's little things that you do that would give me the impression that you know what a friend looks like, but you don't have the mechanics down at all. If I had to grade you, you would definitely get a D minus, a D minus. You don't really know what being a friend looks like. I don't think a lot of people do. You're gonna have to figure that out. Now, if that young lady wants to keep dealing with you, then that's on her. Good luck to that. I'm telling you though, give it a month, give it a couple months, maybe even a little further before this year's out. You heard it here. Her and B Simone are gonna fall out again. And it's gonna be because B Simone did some shiesty shit. I can see it happening. Just because of how she was acting here. Like, what are you talking about? No remorse. None whatsoever. I know people like her way too well. And they always play the victim. Like everybody's just screwed them over. All the bad shit happened to them. They were the nice ones. They the ones who went out of their way to show everybody else that they cared and loved them. They did everything under the sun for everybody else, and all they got was the short end of the stick. Right. Right. I'm sure that's exactly what happened. Nah, we're not doing that. You're not a good friend. And until you learn how to be one, things are going to continue to be shaky. Why? Because you reap what you sow. I bet you she's still in contact with a lot of them same people that she say did her dirty or didn't show up for her. I'm not even sure the conversation between her and old girl was all that pure. But that's just my take on it. I don't know how anybody else feels towards her. She might be semi funny. I think her best work was with Desi Banks, and shout out to Desi Banks too, by the way. If I'm not mistaken, he about to get his own. He about to get a Netflix special or some shit like that, a show, a sitcom or something. That's what's up. That's what's up. But her best work was with him. I never really thought she was funny. She just her voice kind of irritated me. I want a boyfriend. I want a boyfriend. Yeah, I was never really a fan of her. But nah, man. I hope this don't come off like I'm hating on her. But I wish them the best of luck in all their endeavors. Them two though, as a duo, nah, that's a recipe for disaster. Shit, they didn't even work out the first time they was doing this shit. They parted ways before. What makes this time any different? B Simone spinning the block, and a lot of people do it. Y'all be fucking people over. You find out that shit ain't what it was on the other side. You realize the people that was really locked in with you are the ones that you would have built something solid with, would have been lasting. You regret what you did. You don't really regret it. You just understand that the well is dry over here, so you can't have fun time anymore. So you want to go where it's actually sustainable. That's ultimately what this is. She don't fuck with her. That's just my opinion, though. I think B Simone full of shit. But this goes for the liars, the cheaters. You hanging around people who cheat and steal, and you covering up for them and all that shit. You get looked at sideways too. You are who you hang around, and it's that way for a reason. Good men and women ain't trying to fuck around with y'all, man. You got baggage. We can't trust you. You got bad juju, bad energy. You got demons with you. We got too much to lose to be fucking around with y'all. You associated with them. I'm connected to you. I got all this good going on, but because by default you are tied to them, your shit is gonna bleed off into what I got going on. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Sorry. 2025, you gotta go. All of you gotta go. We need our peace. We need God. We need Jesus. We need healing. We need freedom. We need financial freedom. We need spiritual freedom. We need enlightenment. We need clarity. We need love. We need time. We need joy. Nobody that I know is sitting around pacing back and forth, tiptoeing to impress somebody who is constantly stumbling over their own feet. Real quick, shout out to everybody who's been subbing to the YouTube channel. We just hit 2,500 subscribers. Now, to a lot of people, that might not mean much, but to me, that's everything. But I got to give a shout out to Jason, Sydney, Desperado, Blue Flames, the Poet, Wicked Low, Christy, Mark, Aaron. I mean, there was a lot of faces, a lot of names, a lot of men and women who have joined these streams and these conversations. And they're all they're worth more than a sub. Every conversation has had its own gems in it. All of them, every single one of them. And I enjoyed each and every discussion I've had up here. So just wanted to say thank you to everybody who has locked in with me on YouTube. This is about to be a very, very interesting weekend coming up. I'm about to prepare myself for a lot. Locking in, I just wanted to get this off my chest. It's not just about B Simone being who she is. It's what she represents. See, it's not even just the fact that she was acting phony about how she feel towards her friend expressing herself and finally getting out of that hole. It's like you see one, you see them all. I don't want that around me. I don't think anybody wants that around them. People who have these type of traits and characteristics, they don't mean you. They might not even know that what they're doing is harmful. And you can scream and yell as much as you want. It's not going to really matter. It's not going to do anything. They're lost. They're stuck in their own ways. The only course of action and the only way that's going to be able to get through to people like that is to let them see for themselves and go on your own way. Stop allowing them to distract you from what you got going on or what you're trying to get done. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I thank you guys for locking in with me tonight. I'm pulling a double tomorrow. So yeah, you'll see me twice, Lord willing. I'm gonna get some more recording done. And do me a solid if you would.
What's the goddamn button?
You know, it only take a couple seconds. Man. I ain't asking y'all to send me no money or nothing. I need the algorithm to know that I'm consistent. I need the algorithm to know I've been consistent for the last 2 years. Stop playing with my page and stop playing with the men and women that come up here, man. Pay some respect. Get under them flowers, you know. But yeah, I'm out. I'm about to chill for the rest of the evening, man. Y'all stay cool because I know it's hot as hell in some places. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Yeah. Oh yeah, check out my last 2 uploads. I got stuff in the tuck. I might even just record some before I call it. I don't know. Y'all be easy, man. I see y'all later.